Hello and welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. In today's video I wanted to talk a little bit about my own working practice. I was doing this watercolour sketch today and I thought I might as well video it and show you what I was doing. It's in preparation for doing a larger oil painting, and so I thought you might like me to talk through what I do in preparation for that. So the paper that I'm using is Archer's watercolour paper, and it's a hot pressed one, and it's £140, and that's gummed all the way around. Now this is one I use mostly in my own work. It's not one that you'll see me use very often in demonstrations on YouTube because it's a little bit more expensive than the ones I use for that. But the reason I like it is it's such a nice smooth paper. You can get lovely precise drawings on it. And with it being hot pressed, your watercolours move quite quickly and expressively across it. So if that's the way you like to work, you'll enjoy using this paper. The brush that I used today is a number 6 sable round one, and that's an aquafine one from Dale Rowney. So again, I don't often use my sable brushes in my YouTube videos, but it's because I was doing this sketch that I'm hopefully going to work from and develop into an oil painting when I get the time. So the reason behind this really is I'm doing an awful lot of walking at the moment, and I love the way that the light changes on the landscape. I've always been a little bit intimidated by landscapes. If you are too, if you want to comment about that down below, because to me I feel a bit as if I'm not, I don't know what the word I'm looking for really is, you're a little bit in awe of the landscape. It's so vast and so beautiful that you don't feel that you're able to recreate what's there, and so I've always sort of drawn back from doing that, and I've tended to do things like trees and little bits of landscapes rather than tackle something like this so open, because I don't feel that I can get that, but I'm going to give it a try. So what I'm doing today is concentrating really on the tones. So we went for a walk on Monday, and this is a scene quite local to me. And this was from the top of a hill looking across to some other hills, and the thing is the weather was changing so much that we got a lot of changes in tone, because we got a lot of shadows both from the clouds, but you get shadows of the land itself casting shadows on the rest of it, so where it's undulating. So to begin with, the drawing that I'm doing is using a Derwent precision pencil, which I really like. I think it's a 0.5 size. And it's great because you can go quite dark, and you can also be very precise with the edge of your fells and things. So the reason that I'm doing a lot of fell walking at the moment is because on the 22nd of June, which is only a few weeks away now, I've set myself a challenge of walking 10 peaks in 10 hours. This is part of an organised event raising money for the Multiple Sclerosis Society, and it's up above Keswick, sort of walking across to Buttermere and back again. So it's quite a challenge for me. Like I say, we've got 10 hours to do it in over 10 of the Lakeland peaks, so climbing to quite a distance really, quite a height. So those of you that follow me on Instagram will know that I've been training for that for a few months now. I decided shortly after Christmas that I was going to do that, and I also did a blog about losing weight and trying to get fit, and part of that was in order to make sure that I was fit enough to do this walk. So touch wood, all being well, I'll be doing that on the 22nd of June. So normally when I'm sketching, when I'm doing something from life like this, I would take my camera with me, my DSLR camera, and I would take my sketchbook, and I would sit and sketch there. But because I'm practicing for this walk and wanting to walk quite quickly, and I'm with my friends and we're practicing together, I haven't got time to sit and sketch. So I just took some very quick snaps on my phone, and I also did the rest of it really from memory. So committed to memory all the different colours, because it's a feel that I'm going for, not the preciseness of every mountain or anything. It's the feel of this changing weather and getting some of those tones in. So from the very, very darkest clouds and the darkest shadows to those little chinks of light that you get that are coming through as the weather's changing. So it's from memory and from some little snaps from my phone, but normally I would work from other sketches that I'd done whilst I was sitting there. So really that's all I wanted to talk about, how I was doing it. So I did it in the pencil first, then some watercolour. I didn't worry too much about the actual painting process. I was just getting those tones down. The colours themselves were sort of irrelevant in a way. It's the tones that are important for doing this study. So the grey was made from the 3 primaries, and it was so yellow, and you'll notice this when you're walking and the sun's reflecting on that grass at this time of year. The bracken hasn't quite come out, you know, we're not got that long really summer growths yet still. And on the tops obviously it's very short grass, and the light, the sun really reflects off that, and you get these very yellow colours coming through. So it's lovely to try and get that in. So hopefully I'll get time to do this in oil and have a bit of a play with it. If you are local, I was stood on the top of Ingleborough. The foreground of this picture here where it's very dark, that's the fell that I was stood on, and that was completely in shadow. So I was looking across to the other fells and where that light was coming across. So it was from Ingleborough looking towards Whernside, if you're familiar with the Yorkshire Dales at all. And when I come to doing the actual painting in oil of this, I will make sure that the hills themselves are much more recognisable. I'll spend a bit more time on the drawing, but really concentrating, like I said, on those tones. And it's something I really want to develop, is trying to do some more landscapes and getting a feel for the weather and the atmosphere of when you're there, because you know what it's like when you're walking and you can feel the wind on your face and everything else. You want to try and take that home with you and get that into a painting if you can, and it's something that I haven't tried enough and that I really want to develop. So if you enjoy doing landscape painting, if you want to put comments down below, or indeed if you want to ask any questions, then do so, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. I do apologise if I'm not going to have as much time over the next few weeks to devote to YouTube. I will try and still get those 2 videos out every Monday and Thursday. If I can't, I will let you know, but I will try and do that. But they might be slightly shorter videos or less in-depth videos, because I'm a little bit short of time trying to prepare myself for this walk, which, you know, I really want to do, and it's something that is like I say, a very big challenge to me, because I've had problems with my hip in the past, and this is, you know, the first thing I've really done to challenge my hip, if you like, since I had a major operation on that. Okay, so I will try and put updates on Instagram about how my training's going and how the walk itself goes. So if you do want to follow me on Instagram, you can. I think it's at Callie Lawson Art. I'll put the link down below. I think the link's always down below in the description and in the about section on my channel page as well. If you're joining us for the first time, we're here every Monday and Thursday afternoon with a variety of art subjects, different demonstrations, tutorials in all sorts of different media. So thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy your own painting, and if you enjoy walking and getting outside as well, enjoy that too. And I'll be back again soon with another video tutorial. Thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.